Hello and welcome for another exercise video. 10 to 15 minutes of stretching, a little bit of strengthening, and a great cool down is something that hopefully we can fit in a few times throughout the week. So today we're going to concentrate on the legs. You don't necessarily need weights. You can use them for an extra challenge, but a chair or countertop is also needed. So placing one hand on the tummy, one on the chest, close your eyes down if that feels good to you. You can also keep them open, but let's start with our 3 belly breaths. Take a deep inhale through your nose, feel your belly expand, and exhale it through the mouth. Let your belly fall in towards your spine. Deep breath in through your nose. Really feel that belly expand and move before your lungs. Exhale it down. Feel your belly sink down to your spine, maybe going a little bit further this time. Take a deep inhale in and exhale through your mouth. Let your belly sink down. Very good. So holding on with one hand to the chair or a countertop, you're going to bring your foot up towards your hand, and if you reach, great. If you don't, that's okay. And then you're going to bring it out. Good. And bring it in, and then bring it out towards the chair or counter. If you feel like your balance is good, you don't have to hold on, and you can definitely try to touch that hand out to the side. It definitely, as you see me sway, it definitely is a challenge, but it's doable. But just getting that hip rotation, something we don't always get in, but it is needed to keep our hips moving. So very important. So you can stand here and talk to a coworker and they'll probably think nothing of it. I'm kidding. Kind of an odd movement as I'm watching myself recording. Okay, so either turn around, switch sides. I'm moving the chair over, obviously, for videoing purposes. It's getting late here. So, okay, so bring your foot in, your other one towards your hand. If you can't reach, that's okay. I don't want you bending over. So I don't want you starting to hunch like this. You either reach it or you don't, and you may notice over time as you continue to do these and watch these videos that you may say, I'm getting a little bit further. Look at that. Always fun to watch progress happen. And it is definitely something that can, especially with your range of motion, and especially with things like this where it's like, okay, I noticed from the beginning I didn't have much motion, and now I'm really getting it. Perfect. Okay, so next, hands on your hips. We're going to do some hip circles. So spread your feet to a comfortable position, but further than just our shoulder width apart. And you can start whatever direction you want to, but I really just want you to start to loosen through those hips. If you got a job where you sit a lot of the day, or maybe you stand a lot of the day and don't really get a lot of movement in, this can feel so good, especially releasing that tension in the lower back and opening up those hips. Again, something you could do in line at Costco. Maybe just not as big, but you may notice, hey, people are looking at you thinking, that's a pretty good idea. Reverse it. I tend to think about things like that. Of course, I'm always analyzing, not on purpose, but people's posture and how they're walking, how they're moving. Again, the therapist's mind never turns off, and you can ask my husband as I correct his posture throughout the day. Okay, so next what we'll do, we'll hold on to the chair, one foot forward, and I know you can't see my bottom of my foot. My toes or the ball of my feet are on the floor, but we're just going to do some ankle circles. So you may think about this, that you try not to, what we call in the yoga world is dumping into the opposite hip. Maybe try to stand up a little bit taller, again, speaking of posture, and try to have your hips level. So you may put your hands on your hips and make sure that your hands are at the same level. Reverse your circles if you haven't already. That really will help engage your core. So yes, we're stretching our ankles, but yet we're engaging our core and strengthening it. Good. Switch sides. Foot on the floor. And then just do some ankle circles. My heels lifted. But it's amazing how we can incorporate different muscles into something where we're focusing on a different muscle group or joint. And it's like, okay, more bang for your buck. I'm all for that. And this just, of course, feels good. Another thing in the Costco line, right? Okay, so next what we're gonna do is, and we did this, I believe, in a previous video, is a good old wall sit. So you wanna make sure that if you don't have tennis shoes on or good traction, you get like a yoga mat or something, or put shoes on. We do not want those feet sliding forward. But with your back against the wall, you're going to get in a comfortable position. So your feet shoulder width apart, hands can just be gently resting. And I want you to try to push yourself back and up. So you're not standing, but that will really engage these top muscles. And again, this is great if for knee pain. So hopefully this feels good on your knees. It's a low impact exercise, obviously, because we're not jumping or running, but it definitely can help strengthen. If you want a little bit of a challenge, not only can you go a little bit lower, but you could also hold a weight. So holding a weight in kind of your lap, you could hold it in your hands, but that will definitely add a little bit of a challenge to this. Try to push your head back into the wall. Again, your feet down and lifted. The lower back, so the kind of where your back arches, does not have to be pressed against the wall. So don't feel like you need to really do that. It's almost a pelvic tilt while you're doing your chair sit. And your legs should be what we call 11s, or just straight ahead. They're not going out or in. So 5 more seconds here. We can do it. Keep breathing. And good. So just shimmy yourself up that wall. Good. Shake that out a little bit. And what we're going to do now is we're going to do a side lunge. Sorry, I did second guess myself. So here, again, have your legs what feels comfortable to you, but we want them a little bit wider. We're going outside the box of our normal day-to-day routine. Bending one knee, and it should go over your toes. And I want you just to kind of pretend, you don't have to do this, but you know, the opposite hand either comes to the inside of your knee, your calf, whatever feels good to you, and then come back up. Good. Now we're going to go to the opposite side. Reach down and back up. If this doesn't feel good to your knees, come in a little bit more. So we're just really, and you can see that stretch. Good. Come back up, getting that inside of the thigh. Good. Inhale and then exhale as you bend. This is 3. I am going to count. Inhale, exhale. Good. This is 5. Keep your breath going. Inhale, exhale as you bend. I don't know if you can hear my ankle popping on that left. 6. Inhale. And of course, this is 6. We're doing 12 total. So sorry if I threw you off with that. 12 total. So 12 on each side. This is 8. Inhale. Exhale it down. Stick that booty back if that feels good. But we're really looking for that inner thigh. 9. Inhale. Exhale. This is 10, I think. Exhale on your bend. This is 11. Maybe go a little bit further. Start to open up those hips up a little bit and get that stretch through that inner. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Very good. When we're using bigger muscles, we will notice that we start to lose our breath easier. So no weight needed just to get that movement going. You could hold on to a weight next time you do that, and that'll even give you some more resistance. But sometimes just the motion itself, I can tell my breath is starting to increase, so I definitely don't need the weight to do this video. Okay, so next we're going to do a classic lunge. I'm going to face this way just so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. A lunge does not have to be super wide. It can be like this, whatever feels good, but I do want you to separate your legs when you're doing a lunge. Don't have them, a foot in front of the other. So separate your legs, nice lunge. And now what we're going to do is reach with that opposite hand down, and then we're going to bend up. So your back knee bends, your front knee bends, and come back up. Let me show you what this looks like. Inhale to prepare, exhale, bend down, and back up. This is 3. Again, this will get your heart rate up. Exhale down. Good. I cued that wrong. Good. So you're going to inhale on your way down. I apologize. We all do this. Exhale on your way up. Inhale on your way down. Exhale up. I believe that's 8, 9. Bend, bend, bend. 10. You should feel it in that glute, that front leg glute. Really push down through that front leg or front foot to really engage your glutes. Glutes are good for hip health, so important. Good, shake that out. We, of course, are gonna do it on the opposite side. So, other foot forward, wide stance, meaning have some space in between your legs. Opposite hand, opposite leg. You're going to inhale, exhale to prepare. Inhale, come down, and then exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Whatever distance feels good to you. It does not have to be very far. You want to ground down on that front foot to really engage your glute muscle. 7. Now I'm counting backwards. 6. 5. Exhale on your way up. Inhale on your way down. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Perfect. Shake that out. Okay, so we're going to bring that chair back in and we're going to turn it around. So one hand on a wall, and what I want you to do is to slide that foot, just if you can, just right on top of a chair or your couch or a stool, and then just gently kind of push forward in that bent leg, and you're going to feel a nice good stretch on that front muscle that we just worked. And we're going to breathe and let our heart rate start to fall back down. Deep breath in and exhale. Very good. Gently take that foot off, shake it out. When you're ready, lift that other foot up. And again, you're going to kind of push into it, that front thigh, front hip that's bent. And just slowly take your breaths. It always feels good to know when you're on the cool down, right? It's like, okay, I did it. It's almost over. Of course, you guys have the option of doing this round again at home if you choose. If you're to say, hey, that felt good and I've got a few more minutes. If not, that's okay. Slowly bring that leg down. Hips nice and wide, legs nice and wide. Let's do a few hip circles. Kind of, again, release that tension. You may say, wow, there's a difference from when we first started, which is always a good feeling. Maybe A, you feel your glutes that we just worked. 2, you may say, I feel a little bit more loose. Good, and reverse it. Opposite direction. 2 more. And perfect. Up to you. As I lose my balance, you can stand and stay in this wide leg, or you can bring your feet back in. I'm going to stay in the wide leg because that feels good. 1 hand on my tummy, 1 on my chest. 3 belly breaths. In through our nose, let that belly expand. And exhale through your mouth. Feel that belly sink down to your spine. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. 1 more time. Inhale. Let that belly expand first, nice and big. Exhale through your mouth. Let the belly expand. Arms are going to come down and up and out to the side. They're going to meet in the middle and come down to our heart space. We're going to push our hands together to create some energy. And thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this exercise. Please tell yourself something nice before you get up and go back to your life or go to bed or whatever is next on your plan. You're doing such a good job every day, and know that you did something good for your body today.